Hey guys, welcome to the Octopodd. Yes, that's Octopodd with two D's, because in life, double D's makes everything much, much better.
True.
I'm Curtis, I'm the loud one, and this is Chris. He is the fat one. Give him a nice hello.
Hi!
Wonderful! Today we're going to be just talking about, oh my god.
Are you okay?
No, whoa. Today, we're going to be talking about the three films we watched this week. Dirty Dancing. Action. Rah! Jackson. Yeah! And then Paddington! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, baby. That is what I'm talking about. Before we get into it, guys, I have to desperately get on my hands and knees and beg, please give us some questions. Please. Oh my God, for the love of everything that is beautiful on this planet. Please. Give us questions. Ask us questions. Please. I don't care what the hell it is. Just ask us something, you Nimrods. Please.
Please.
Please. So now that I've gotten that
out of the way,
I've got that covered, yada yada yada. We're gonna move on and talk about the films. So we're gonna start off with Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Probably the movie that made women realize that Patrick Swayze is one of the most handsome people on this planet.
I think that's every movie he's ever been in. I'm sorry, but if you see that guy in Ghost, you're like, damn.
Yeah, but when you think about,
if you see him in Roadhouse,
no, but you're
like, damn.
You have to think of it like this, right?
What?
So it is unfair.
Yeah.
Truly unfair, of how much they make Patrick Swayze a heartthrob.
I don't think they
keep doing it.
I think it's a natural thing.
Bro, you said it there. Roadhouse. You see him. Tai Chi on the riverside, on the riverbed, man. He's doing Tai Chi, man. He's looking good as hell, man.
Yep.
He's cool as shit, man.
Even in Ghost when he's doing pottery.
He's doing pottery. He knows how to use his hands, man. Tai Chi, pottery, man. Damn, he loves his girl, too. Damn, man. All the ladies like, oh my God, get me a Patrick Swayze at home ASAP. And then you have Dirty Dancing. You thought he did it all? No, he can dance. Holy shit. It's not fair. That's
really
it.
isn't.
For a man to be that handsome and talented at the same time, I feel sorry for anybody who was alive during his reign.
His reign?
Yeah, his reign while he was sitting on the throne, man. He was like king of the heartthrobs. He had to be. I can't see any other man taking that place.
Honestly, man, like, he really makes the movie a lot. He has just such a good, like, it's just his presence, man. He just has a natural presence for playing that kind of role where he's like kind of the bad boy in a sense.
What I like about this is that, yes, he's the bad boy, but at the same time, he has a lot of depth towards him. Well, yeah. A lot of depth to him. One of the lines that I really liked in this film is when he was talking to Baby. They were like in bed with together, and he says that was it me using them or were they using me?
It was them, and
right.
I think
yeah, right. But it was such a good like kind of like realization or self-awareness.
I was actually gonna bring that up a lot later, but I guess right now is the best time to talk about it.
I really liked that part.
No, it was him being used. These older women who had a lot more money. They knew that. Johnny was broke as shit.
Yeah.
They knew that he didn't come from a good upbringing. They all knew all this about him. It wasn't a secret. Mm-hmm. These older women knew this for a fact, and they abused that by sleeping with him and offering him money and gifts because he didn't have much. So of course, you know, when he's getting offered this stuff, like, he needs it. Yeah. He really does. So he didn't see a reason to say no.
Yeah.
You know, and they kind of abused him in that way that they knew he had nothing, and he would latch at the chance to gain more because he definitely needed it.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's something that's not really talked about. You know, a lot of people mention, oh, you know, predatory of older men trying to date younger women. It's also the opposite in some cases.
It just goes under the radar and nobody cares. You know, I think that's
generally. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Most of the time, I think that's the biggest issue.
Yep.
It's like it happens. Both do the same thing essentially. You know, older women do the same thing as older men. You know, they prey on the young.
It's not like a gender exclusive thing. Men and women both are capable of doing it. It's just like you said. When it comes to the side of women doing it, it's not really talked about. It's kind of like brushed under the rug in a sense. But again, it's like how us men are too. We don't really talk about our problems, right?
At the same time,
like, I'm sure there are men who have gone through this stuff, but there's two things. One, they didn't realize it at the time because, you know, we kind of just move on mentally.
Especially when you're younger as a man.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot harder to express those emotions. And it's hard to even say it because people are going to make fun of you.
That's the worst part, and it's a true fact. You know, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, what do you mean? You know, you got to sleep with her and that, etc. You got free stuff.
They won't understand it.
They won't understand it. It's just like you did it because what they were offering is that you needed the money.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad reality. It's not like you did it willingly or like really wanted it. It's just like, wow, I could really use that. And that's basically Johnny throughout this. You know, they abused the fact that he was a broke ass bitch. And, you know, it sucks.
He was a broke ass bitch.
Hey,
God
man,
damn, dude.
He wasn't thriving out there, I'll tell you that much, okay? But and I thought it was really sad. And, you know, and he kind of came to terms with it and understood it. Was spending time with Baby when he finally met someone who actually genuinely was interested in him as a person, you know? Yeah. Outside of the exterior of, we know, like, hey, man, my man looking good as hell.
My man looks good as hell, but
he's got a fancy feet.
Yeah, but it's like you said, Baby was the first person to come into his life and actually want to get to know him, or actually wanted to love who he was as a person.
Yeah.
You know?
She really wanted to truly understand who he was underneath everything.
Yeah, and it made him realize any other form of relationship or interaction he had with women, he understood, like, wow, this is very different compared to what I'm used to.
And that's why he instantly turned down that woman later, not only because he was with, he's not with Baby, but that was a big reasoning, but also realizing what she was trying to do. Sneaking him her room key and everything.
Yep.
And even offering money and stuff. Like the husband right away, oh, here's some more money to sleep with my wife, buddy. Like, what the hell?
Bro.
That was, I don't know if he's just so dense he doesn't realize that's what he's paying for.
I hope that he was super dense and he wasn't just, like, spending a sickening amount of money to become, like, a Supreme Lord Cuck. Like, I just can't believe that dude.
Yeah. And sorry, just that, but Baby also took up dancing, but it wasn't for the fact that she wanted to do it with him in a sense, but she wanted to help out. You know? She did it in a way where she wanted to help out.
She did want to help out, but at the same time, she had a lot of interest in dance.
Yeah, because I think the thing with dance for her is that she found it so interesting, as you saw with her, like, she has such, like, a closeted life, where everything was just, like, compact into this little box.
Well, not even that, but you could tell that also that her life was kind of like she was going in a direction in which she was following a path that her parents laid out for her.
That's what I mean.
It's
like this set box of ideas
like this very,
and stuff.
it's like this life that's very narrow.
It's
know?
Safe.
That's
it's
safe. It's narrow. They wanted her to be with Neil. The guy,
God, that I hated him.
Neil
Holy shit.
I think it was Neil and the other character. He was a huge asshole. I think his name was Robbie. Neil and Robbie were just
was it Robbie?
I think it was Robbie. No, it had to be Robbie. I thought his name was Robbie.
Robbie's like a classic asshole name. Probably Robbie.
It had to be Robbie. It was the guy who
tried to go for his sister.
Tried to go for his sister, got the other girl pregnant there. And it was a complete... He was a huge asshole about it, too.
Yeah,
dude.
oh my God.
A real piece of shit, mind you. But Neil is like... It's crazy, because like they're both pieces of shit in different ways. Like, Robbie arguably is worse, for sure. But Neil's just a pain in the ass, man. He's so cringe.
I find it so ridiculously annoying, these kind of people who their only highlight to themselves is bragging about something that they have, but it's not even something they've earned. It's his father's money.
Oh, yeah,
he's bragging about these hotels. Like, bro, you didn't work to have these hotels. Your dad worked his ass off to have this.
You were literally given hotels. It's like you didn't earn the hotels.
It's so embarrassingly cringe. Like, dude, you didn't do shit for this.
Exactly.
And he has the nerve to brag about it like he owns it. Like, you don't own shit. You're also a broke-ass bitch.
In his own way, yes, he is.
Yeah, because it's his father's money. He has no money of his own.
Yeah,
he's a loser.
Okay, yeah,
those are loser people.
Again, it just shows you a life of that has been set up, right? And he accepted willingly, but probably didn't have any other direction other than that. He seemed like he liked it, or he liked having the power.
Of course he did.
You know,
because he looked like a little loser.
He's a little nerd.
Other than these hotels, he ain't have shit.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would like him. Yeah, honestly.
I really hated Neil. He was really annoying.
Yeah.
Every time he's on screen, I just wanted to punch him. Robbie was a piece of shit. I thought Baby was a phenomenal character. Phenomenal through and through.
Yep.
That was it.
I genuinely liked her character development throughout the whole film.
She developed so lovely. It was incredible, man. It was nice to see, like you said, that girl who was very, like, she kept to herself, more reserved, very, very shy and whatnot.
Because she was following her parents' plan, but you could also see that comes out from being overly protected in a sense.
Yeah.
You know? They were trying to make sure she would go down this right path, and that's why they kept trying to, like, push her into Neil, like, yo, Mr. Hotels, Mr. Moneybags, it's a good idea. But, like, realistically, when she started seeing dance, in a sense, something that's just so foreign to her, but it looked like everyone was having such a good time and really, like, kind of letting loose and like, kind of, like, a sense of freedom.
Yeah.
And she kind of really got enticed by that, in a sense, especially with Johnny. Because Johnny just did what the hell he wanted.
That was the thing. I think like Johnny was the epitome of freedom in a sense.
And I think that's what kind of attracted her towards him. It wasn't only because, oh, like, look at this handsome guy. It's like, oh, look at this guy. He kind of just does and says what he wants to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And
he has this confidence about him, you know? He does what he wants. He says what he says.
He has this aura that he's just this brimming with this confidence that she's just like, man,
I want that.
Yeah.
More than anything, not only was she, like, attracted to him, but she also wanted to have what he had.
She admired him.
Yeah. You know?
She wanted to kind of have that, and that's why she got into the dance thing. But you see, like, at the end of the day, with Baby, even though, like, Neil, she is incredibly privileged in a sense, but she does try to do the right thing. She tried to get the money to help Penny with the seeing a doctor and everything.
Yeah.
She tried her best in her own methods to help with that, and also learning to dance to perform for them so they can continue doing their dance job.
Because they both need the money.
Yep, and even when shit hits the fan, she right away went to her father, knowing full well her relationship with him would get killed. Yeah. She knew the consequences of it.
She knew
and she still did that.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot of times, she really put herself out there to help others. And I really like that about her, too. Even though they didn't see it as authentic as she was trying to be. Because, of course, they're always thinking, oh, there's got to be something else to it. There's an ulterior motive. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's what these rich, stupid shitheads always do. They give because they want. You know? It's not just, oh, here you go. See you later, dude. Have a nice one.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what can you do for me later?
Yeah.
You know? And that's kind of like the experience that they've always had when it came to money. And Baby kind of like flips that over in a sense because she wants nothing in return. She just wants to keep helping.
Yeah.
And I really like that about her. Like, she really lives by that constantly throughout the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just nice to see her, like, truly kind of become herself, become more happy, I would say, more than anything.
Well, I mean, she becomes happy, but she also becomes a more confident woman. She becomes more confident in who she is, even in her appearance. Yeah. You know, you see that she starts to dress different. She dresses different. She has a different aura about her as she keeps going, as she starts to improve in dance. And I think it's also a good lesson for people. It doesn't have to be dance. It could be anything, whether it's a sport or some form of activity. It could be martial arts or something. Any physical activity, the better you get at it, it boosts your confidence.
And your self-image as well.
Yes. It's just like so many things. It just makes you feel so good about yourself. And that's anything that requires physical activity.
Yeah.
You know, I would recommend anybody, like, try to put in at least 30 minutes a day of some form of physical activity that you like. Because it will make you feel better about yourself.
It does.
It genuinely will.
Like, even swimming. Like, just try to find something that you enjoy kind of doing and making time
whatever it is. Whatever it is, just do it.
And like you said, it just helped her so much as a person. To kind of figure out who she truly was.
Yeah.
Even though she struggled so hard with it in, like, just the fact of telling her dad about being with Johnny, because...
I felt like that took a little too long.
Yeah, I do too, but I can understand why, though, for her.
I understand the fear of doing that.
Well, it's because her dad had such a bad first impression. We're thinking that he knocked up Penny.
Yeah.
So in his whole mind, oh, you're with my daughter after you were with her?
Yeah.
Like, that's weird as shit.
Yeah, that looks really bad. Yeah.
Even though it was the dad kind of assuming it a lot, and it wasn't true.
But at the same time...
You can't blame him for thinking that way, because instantly Johnny takes responsibility.
Well, it's not even that.
Yeah.
You can't, and it's not just that, but you can't blame the father to feel the way he does, because he had no idea what was going on with his daughter in dance.
That is true.
And her being, like,
secretive about it all.
Not even secretive, but her being associated with them. He had no idea. No. He thought she was just off doing something else, whatever, was it a club thing or whatnot they're at? I don't really know. It's like a resort of sorts, it reminds me.
Yeah, just hanging out with them or something.
Yeah,
like doing some delinquent
activities.
He
didn't know that she was, like, very friendly with them. Yeah. And that was kind of like a wake-up call, and then he found out, Johnny took responsibility. It was just like a bunch of things that snowballed out of control one after the other.
Yeah.
If she brought up, oh, I'm hanging out with them and stuff like that, maybe he would have taken it better with prior knowledge.
But again, that comes from kind of like the way they raised her, though. They raised her in such in a linear way that she thought that she even mentioned that I'm doing this thing over here now, that they would react poorly and take her out of it, so she didn't want it.
It's interesting. No, but it's interesting because it seemed like her parents wouldn't have minded that much. Her father seemed very reasonable. When he got upset, I understood why he got upset. I got it. It made sense. But at the same time, he seemed like a very reasonable man. When she went and got him to go and check on Penny, he didn't say anything, just got up and went.
And he kept going to check up on her afterwards.
Right? And it's just like, that's a good man. Yeah. Even though he didn't approve or he like whatever he felt at the time, he knew it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you could see that in Baby herself as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was really cool just to see that. And not just... Oh my god, when she has a conversation with her father and out in the pier, when she's talking about her relationship with Johnny and stuff like that. When Johnny was being framed for stealing or something like that.
Yeah.
What I wish I could remember what was said word for word, but the dialogue between her and him, like what she told him, was absolutely phenomenal. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and even his reaction to it afterwards.
Yeah, it was so well. It was such a good moment. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, God damn.
It was really good.
And I have to, the training montage was phenomenal. And it's so long as well. You see, I love that you get to see the progress of how she learns to dance.
Yeah.
My God, dude. It was so great. Yeah. I feel like most films would have just skipped it and boom, she's good at dancing like that.
Well,
just call it a day.
Not even just saying that, but like even when she does the competition there, she kind of slips up and you see that she's not confident yet. And she kind of like has to quickly just adapt to and I love to see that because like you said, in most movies, I'd be great right now.
Would have nailed it right at the first thing.
If any modern person did this film, like any modern director or writer, they would have just made it nailed right there.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate about modern like films. Like this,
they're afraid to let their characters fail, and I don't know why.
It's not like that's exactly.
It's like, why do they have to be perfect? Baby wasn't perfect, and they weren't afraid to show that she wasn't perfect.
No, she just showed how flawed she was, and it was so beautiful seeing how she literally gets better and better and better and better and better as the film progresses.
Yeah.
And she, oh God, I love seeing that in movies.
Not only does she get better at dancing, as we mentioned before, but it's just like her herself changes as a person while doing it. And just like it feels like you see so much happening, and I love so much that they're continuously practicing the lift over and over again. And when they get to the finale. The finale, they nail it, but previously, the show that they do together,
she hesitated and didn't do it. And
it was nice. I was like, yes, that's good.
Yep,
and it really, it sets up and pays off so well at the end. Yep. Where you're just like, holy shit, yes, this is it.
Even foreshadowing, like the song they play, the finale, you could hear the instrument. Like, I know that song, okay?
Everyone knows that song.
And there's so many times where you hear small sounds of it playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like they bloop all the shit out of it. And then, boom, they blast it nonstop for the whole ending of the film.
They give it to you full force at the end.
Yeah, and that was sick.
But that's the thing. I feel like this movie just has a perfect payoff. It's really good pacing.
Yep.
You know?
Solid character, an amazing like protagonist, really incredibly well written.
Yeah.
And I just like, I miss characters like that, man. Where a character that you see them struggle, you see them fail, and then they end up succeeding in the end. You know, I kind of really miss seeing that.
What I really like is that in Dirty Dancing, like, the person who wrote this really knows how to write a woman in terms of as a character.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of modern writing has a hard time writing
women for some reason.
I don't know why. Because back in the days, like we had Dirty Dancing here. We had Alien.
Oh,
right.
Ripley from Alien.
Ripley's so sick, dude.
Oh.
But we had such great women in cinema or on the screen that were great. It would be great role models for women out there too, right?
The thing is, I think with modern writing where they fail is that when they write a woman, they're writing a woman. They're not
writing a person.
They're not writing a person a great character.
Oh,
you know?
They're focusing too hard on the fact that she is a woman.
That's it, and it's just like
rather than the individual itself.
Yeah, because like when you write when people write a male character, they don't think, oh, he's a man. Oh, this is no. It's like, what's inside this character? What's he think? What does he feel? You know? It's kind of like instead they focus more on this character's a woman. It's like, okay, like sure, but like that's not the most important factor.
We get it that it's a woman, but like it's kind of like
that's not who makes them who they are.
Exactly, but like it's like
how do they think? How do they feel? Yes. Like, you know? Like what do they struggle with? You know? And like kind of that kind of stuff is where you kind of relate to them more. And I feel like that's the biggest problem is like they don't really have that emotional relatability.
They don't have that depth to them anymore. And I don't know
why.
I would say
even with some male characters too.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays.
It's not just
It's a generalization of characters nowadays.
You know what? I wouldn't just I wouldn't say it's female characters. I would say it's a generalization of characters as a whole. Because you're right, there are male characters that just feel very flawed as well. And I think it's more so of modern writing in terms of characters that is the biggest issue.
They kind of just miss the point entirely.
It's so bizarre because I watch a movie like Dirty Dancing and I expected to not be a fan of it. I expected to think like, oh, that's okay. Like 6 out of 10 kind of thing, right? Like it was good for what it was, but I thoroughly enjoy this, and I would give it a straight up 10 out of 10. I liked it that much. I would watch it again.
Yep.
and I would recommend it to someone.
Yep.
And I never thought I would say that because I expected it to be something I wouldn't like.
Nope, but it's great.
You know, and it's sad because I watch old films like this. Well, yeah, they're kind of old. You know, they're relatively old films like this.
Yeah, it's the 80s.
And it's incredible how great film was and how great characters were.
It's not even just that, man, but you have to also realize, you know, you could make a film like this and this would be a success. The biggest problem with modern films is that they don't take these more simplistic ideas and such, because at the end of the day, when it comes to making a movie, it's so much more expensive. If you don't make back your box office, in the box office of what you produce into this film, dude, like, it's a failure. It just goes to
I think that's why.
That's why you lost a lot of these very interesting kind of ideas that they came in through the 80s. I think
it's because they tried to go they're very analytical when they make a movie. They want to make sure it's something that will do well.
Yeah.
Whether it's received well or not. They don't care if the movie has good ratings.
They just
want it to sell.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest problem is that they're
and in their minds, if you think
sell.
of a movie kind of like Dirty Dancing being released today, do you think it would sell as big or as hard as a Marvel film? Like, if you put Spider-Man in a movie, you think a movie like Dirty Dancing is going to outperform Spider-Man?
Yeah,
hell no. And that's the sad reality. It is not the fact that Marvel has ruined cinema. It's the fact that cinema has become such a massive, expensive business.
Yeah, and the thing is that people, when they make movies, they want and need to make money.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You don't want to lose money when you made a film that's like several millions of dollars.
No, then no one's going to make those kind of movies anymore.
It's sad because you try to think, how do you fix this?
There's another movie we did recently where I'm going to probably talk about this exact same thing.
Probably in a future podcast?
Yeah, probably the next one, actually. So,
is it the next one? Cool. I don't know.
Probably the next one, yeah.
You tell me what the title is. I don't know what you're cooking there, but
yeah, I'm cooking something.
I'm a little bit.
But I think we should move on. We've been talking about Dirty Dancing way too much.
We're gonna move on.
Again, we like this movie a lot more than I would have thought.
We like this movie far more than we anticipated. So
yeah,
we had a lot to talk about it. So we're gonna move on to the next movie, which is Action Jackson. We chose to watch this movie because of the sad passing of Carl Weathers.
Broke my heart, man.
Absolutely heartbreaking. When we recorded the film, he passed away a day or two prior to the recording, and we just wanted someone to we wanted to do something to honor him because Carl Weathers is a huge part of my life. Like, it genuinely is, guys. You have no idea. Like, Apollo Creed as a character is. I looked up to Apollo Creed as a kid. All right, I looked up to Rocky and Apollo Creed in different ways, but they were both like I saw them as like role models when I was younger. You know, so it's just like it's quite a hard hit, and I actually got to meet Carl Weathers as well. An absolutely incredible guy. I got a shirt signed by him and everything. A family heirloom, perhaps. And wanted to do this film.
Yeah, and man, this movie was so damn funny.
It's, you know what the weird thing is,
the joke, like, whoever wrote it, man, like, some of the jokes they got in this were just banging.
Well, because
so many of them.
What I like about it is the film alone is called Action Jackson. Yep. And they literally just wrote this to be, like, a balls-to-the-walls kind of, like, action film. Similar, it kind of reminded me of almost like a Commando, in a sense, with Arnold. Yep. Right?
Except the hero actually got his ass kicked.
The hero got his ass kicked, but it kind of reminded me that in a sense where it was made to be an action film with, like, the cheesy one-liners, the quippy replies.
Oh my god!
You know, and not just that, the character is a real badass. And it's, I don't know if Carl Weathers did more films like this, and if not, it would have been the greatest shame ever, because he was able to pull off a leading man in an action film very well.
He embodies that kind of persona perfectly. He has the charisma. He has the physique, man. He had the goddamn physique.
And he's got that confidence about him.
Exact charisma. You know? Like, he just really, sells it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's this, and I love the fact that, like, I'm pretty sure this predates, of course, obviously, the Chuck Norris memes. When the guys were rolling the car, like, man, they said that he was the first guy to be trained in space without a spacesuit and everything.
Right?
They're really hyping him up.
They were hyping up.
And it reminded me of those really cornball, like, Chuck Norris memes that have came out decades later, which was fascinating to see, like, how this was kind of, like, in the same
This was foreshadowing
way.
Chuck Norris memes?
Yeah, 100%, because they're, like, hyping him up as this crazy absolute killer.
Yeah, this
and then you see him,
beast.
And he's just, like, this really normal guy.
He's pretty normal, but he's just, like, he's big, dude. Like, Carl Weathers is huge as hell. God damn, dude. He's tall, man, and he's, like, he's built like a brick house, man. Holy shit.
And that prolongs, like, one of my favorite, like, ongoing jokes in a film, was that one kid just getting scared shitless whenever he saw Action
Yes.
Jackson. And the fact they just kept running into each other at the most random times.
Yeah, I like that. My favorite one when he's walking into the bar and he's
Oh
just,
my God.
He just checks himself out in the mirror, turns around, and he just like blitzes out of there.
Skedaddles.
Hilarious, man. And it's just like,
Absolutely skedaddling.
yeah, it's such a good ongoing gag throughout the film, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he always brought it back in a clever way, and it didn't feel
Yeah,
like
like
they
even
were
the
just...
first time, like he sees him in the window. Oh, he faints again.
Yeah.
And I just, that was so damn funny.
It's like what made it good is that every time they brought back the gag,
Yeah.
it worked well and it didn't feel overused.
No, not once,
No.
actually.
And I also like how they got the guy that helped them out at the very end of the party.
Yeah.
They brought him there. I was like, what the hell? Why is he here?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that also was kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just.
Oh, I also love the villain.
Oh, Craig T. Nelson, dude.
Craig T. Nelson played a phenomenal villain in this film.
Yeah, Delaplane was his name.
Delaplane.
Delaplane. You know, really
Delaplane?
like a really generic white guy villain name.
Right, white rich guy villain.
Yeah.
That was it. You know,
It was
you know
like
the thing
Delaplane. It kind of reminded me of like Doug Dimmadome.
yeah, same vibes. But you know what? It was very nice to have something different where we had evil white rich guy and not evil European guy. You know, they completely got away from the European, man. They finally gave the evil Europeans a break, man.
Yeah.
And they gave us a white evil rich man instead, without the European.
I like the fact that with his character, he nailed the persona of this guy who doesn't give a shit about nothing.
Bro, remember when I called out while we're watching the movie that every bad guy either cheats on their wife or kills them, or even both, and he did both of them. I couldn't believe it, man. Holy shit.
He double dogged it.
Hey, yo. He double dogged it, guys. No, but it was wild. I didn't see that coming whatsoever, man. Like, holy shit, dude. He was just a great villain. You know what the weirdest thing is? I look at this villain, I'm just like, oh, okay. He's just gonna, like, get his ass kicked in the end. There's nothing really exciting to wait for the finale. Then you learn that he can do martial arts, and he's actually very proficient in it. And you're
Yeah,
like, what?
that was funny
You're
shit.
like, what the hell?
He just randomly, for fun, takes martial arts lessons.
Yeah, and beats the shit out of the guys. And he's the one giving the lesson.
Dude,
that was hard as
It was
shit,
so
man.
Funny.
That was so cool, man. But I love that because the villain doesn't look like someone who would be good at fighting.
No.
And they're just like, you know what? Yeah, he is. Screw it. What?
Yep, he was a great villain, man. I really liked him a lot.
Yep. I love a villain who's not useless. You know, who doesn't just let the lackeys do all the work. When the going gets tough, he's willing to get his hands dirty. I like that a lot. Oh my god, and the one-liners in this. I'll never forget. How do you like your ribs? Boom! Blasts the guy in the ribs.
Yeah. And I love how right away transitions to a scene of a guy cooking ribs on a barbecue.
Again,
that is literally the pinnacle of cinema.
that is one of the greatest transitions I've seen once more.
You can't beat that. Never.
No, you can't do that.
That was perfection.
That
And
was
I love the
beautiful.
one when he like takes the flamethrower, I think, or like there's like fire. He's like, chill out.
Yeah, and he just sets the guy on fire, dude.
Like, chill out. Like what?
Yeah, it was kind of like an anti-cheesy one-liner, you know?
And maybe it was just opposite day, man.
Just opposite day?
Yeah, and said chill out, he meant burnout.
Burn out?
Oh, man, that guy would have blazed, man. That was funny as shit. Oh, also oh my god, the whole scene with him pretending that he could see, like he was like a messenger of God.
Oh my god.
That was so funny.
Oh god, yeah, that was pretty fun. Why the hell do they have Papa Doc's and nuts in a jar?
I don't want to know about that.
I couldn't believe that. Why would you do that to somebody? Castrate them and put their nuts in a jar?
Nah.
Why?
I don't know.
The worst part is, why would you keep it? That's why I don't understand why you're keeping testicles in a jar for.
I don't even want to know about that.
And
And a random wardrobe in
a
your
random
bar.
wardrobe in a bar.
And there's like literally nothing else in this wardrobe. Like they're not even trying to hide the testicles.
No.
It's just them by themselves in a jar in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say.
Got some weird people in this world.
Got
I'm
some
telling
weird.
you.
Oh my god. This also, I almost forgot about it. This movie opens up so well. So well. You remember when it shows like the guy in the office with his secretary? And, yeah, right?
Oh my god!
You almost forgot about that, didn't you? Secretary gets click, clack, boom! Blasted. And then, bro, I think I remember the guy's name. I think his name was Frank.
It was Frank.
It was Frank.
It was Frank.
I remember.
Good old Frank.
Good old Frank, man. It literally, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the scene in Lord of the Rings when the King of Gondor just runs out and he falls off. You know, he's on fire, falling, and he hits the ground. It kind of reminded me of that, man. Guy gets set ablaze, thrown out the window, man.
Holy
that
shit.
was so sick.
You're not
bro.
even wrong. It's literally the same thing.
It's literally the same thing, dude, and it looked damn good, man.
And, no, but it was a reference. What I like was, I don't know if this is a fact or anything, but like I saw it as a reference to like the fact that the main villain, his whole car business was called like based off of Halley's Comet. He came down like a comet into the dining room.
Yeah!
And he looked like it because he was burning like bluish and flames.
Yeah!
The flames was all different colors and bang right into a dining room.
Frank literally became a comet himself. That was sick
it was a
as hell.
foreshadow to the car company that we'd be seeing later. Absolutely brilliant.
Had to be.
That's what you talk. That's when you talk about good writing. There it is. Oh, okay. Oh God, I gotta talk about this one scene.
You go. Hit him with it.
How do you take the car up the fucking? I'm sorry, I said the bad word.
Dude, YouTube doesn't like that, man. I'm putting a sound effect on that. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Find
You'll find something. But guys, when he rode the car up the staircase, man, that like
that shit looked
I was like,
good.
Bro, that's gotta be a big ass staircase, a big ass hallway. Like, my God, how did he get up in there?
Not even that, but you realize, like, man, they must have done that in one take, dude. They had to, man, because you're not gonna find a house to destroy like that with a car once more.
I don't know, bro.
No.
I was just watching, like, was this really happening?
It was a good final scene, right?
You know what the worst thing is? I've actually seen that scene before.
Oh, really?
I've seen it used as a meme, as a GIF.
What?
Yeah, a long time ago, and I was just watching this scene, like, this is where that's from? I was like, holy shit!
Really?
It was like such an obscure meme I remember, like, maybe 8-10 years ago.
Wow.
And there it is. It kind of blew my mind in the moment.
The whole entire time was from Action Jackson.
That one scene took me out of it a little bit. I was like, what the hell's going on? And then he rides right into the bang, right in the room with the car. I don't know. Goddamn, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God! I remember another good scene is when he goes to the he has to go to the acceptance thing for Delaplane getting Man of the Year or something like that. I can't remember.
And he
what
just
it
talks
was.
mad shit about the
Oh,
whole
bro,
time.
I love that. Talks mad shit to him. I love when I love when Action and Delaplane are always talking with each other. They're trying to be rudely civil.
Yeah, very rudely civil.
Very rudely civil. I loved it so much.
It is funny as
it's
shit.
It's really funny. They're just talking. They're just literally just shitting on each other in the nicest way possible.
I love how he's just talking mad crap about him to his wife as well. He didn't know.
Oh yeah, that was funny, dude.
God.
That was funny as hell. Didn't matter much. She didn't last that long anyway, so.
Yeah, weirdly enough.
I didn't expect her to die or that soon either. It was very bizarre for me. I thought she was gonna be more prominent or last. I just didn't think she was gonna die. You know?
No, but hey, this guy, he double dogged it this time.
He double dogged it, man.
But again, we haven't even mentioned her, but like the love interest in here.
I did not like her.
I did not like her at all.
I did not like her whatsoever.
Nah.
Oh, can we just mention, speaking of, when Delaplane's just watching her perform alone in the bar or in the club?
Very
That
uncomfortable.
was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen. It was
weird.
goddamn weird. And you know what the thing is, man? Like, okay, the girl can sing, the girl's pretty cool, whatever. Why the hell does she have to sing so goddamn long? Not once, but twice! Holy shit, can't we just have Action just beating people to death instead?
Yeah.
I don't want to see some girl singing. I can't even see Action kicked ass. Like, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Ah!
I wasn't a big fan of her.
No!
Mainly, my biggest gripe is that I don't think she was a good actress.
Not even that, but I found the character annoying. She was just always like, I need a hit, I need a fix.
The whole I'm an annoying addict thing got really
Bro, it's
tiring.
like, I'm
But
sorry.
I do honestly think she wasn't as good at creating an actress either.
Oh, no.
I feel
don't
like
know.
some of her deliveries of certain words and stuff, I was just like,
Maybe she was more of a singer rather than an actress.
probably. I do not believe she was like predominantly an actress, because like
I don't know. I just got really sick and tired of the
addict stuff.
I'm an addict with withdrawals. Please give me a hint. I was like, oh my God, like I don't know how Action doesn't just throw her out the window. Holy shit, man, like that was annoying me.
And then he actually kind of like ends up with her in a sense. I don't know. All that felt very unbelievable to me.
That felt weird.
Because I'll be honest, I never felt like a romance between the two of them at all.
Not even that, but even when they kissed, I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
Felt kind of weird. I feel like Action is the kind of guy who would be a little like, he's like confident, kind of flirty in a way. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, it's fine, you know.
Yeah, but there was no point where I really felt like there was actually a romance.
I felt like there was no chemistry between either of them.
No.
That's what really threw me off guard. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
That was my only like big gripe in the film is I didn't find it believable.
You're
at all.
literally the
okay?
girl. I just can't understand it. Why would you put action with the girl that Delaplane and pipes on his own time
and gives
she's
a supply of drugs.
Gives a supply of drugs, and she's a. It's just like it seems like someone that just doesn't go well with action whatsoever. There's complete opposites, and there's nothing makes sense.
Yeah,
you know. I didn't like that.
It really didn't click for me at all.
No, I could be biased because I just found the character annoying. That could be it. But
I don't know. I just that was the only thing that took me out. Other than that, I absolutely love this movie.
Yeah,
like you said, great one-liners. Even like the two cops that you start off in the beginning, those guys.
Oh yeah, every scene with the two of them are really
the way
funny.
they're just roasting the hell out of each other is so damn funny.
Yeah, it was.
Really love that shit so much. I don't know. It was just great. All in all, good action movie. Yeah,
you know what? All in all, it was a very good movie. Had a lot of fun with it. I don't really have a. Oh,
one last thing.
Ooh.
Ain't no way Big Ed's 270. He's a liar.
Bro, that's okay.
There's no way he's 270.
There's only one way that Big Ed is 270.
No.
Kilograms. It has to be kilograms.
Bro,
there's no way Big Ed's 270 pounds.
There's no way in
Here's
hell.
the thing. Look at me, right?
Yeah.
I'm about 220, 230.
Really?
Yes, I'm 220, 230.
There's no way Big Ed's 270.
There's no way Big Ed's 270 if I'm 220, 230.
No.
It just doesn't.
God, no.
Guys, Big Ed's 270 kilograms, all right? That shit don't make sense.
That was the one thing
me.
when he mentioned that, like 270, like.
Centimeters? Or what do you mean, bro?
That ain't not. They don't call him Big Ed because he's 270 pounds, okay?
There's no way, man.
No.
That shit was wild to me, man. If anybody knows why they actually called him Big Ed, and what do they mean by 270? Let us know, cause
what metric system were they based on?
Yeah, we need to know because that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because like I was thinking pounds, like bro, this guy's lying.
But you know what the worst part is? I could only think of pounds because it's like an American-made movie, right? So it wouldn't make sense in pounds. Why would they use kilograms, which is not usually used in the States, right?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
So it's just like that metric system. There's too much thinking, guys. All right, we're just gonna move on to the next movie. I don't want to think about Big Ed anymore. So we're gonna move on to Paddington. Paddington. Peak Bear movie.
Hot take maybe. I love Paddington.
Wow, that is a hot take, man.
Thank you.
I heard most
Thank
people
you.
say Paddington's shit.
Liars,
Damn,
and they're
dude.
wrong.
Damn, dude. Everyone's like, oh, Paddington? Marmalade sandwich? More like shit sandwich. You know what I mean? I'm kidding, guys. Everyone likes Paddington. That's the reason why we actually decided to watch this movie. I've only heard good things about Paddington. And I also heard that Paddington 2 is like peak cinema. And I think the only reason why I know that is because on Twitter I saw Kojima, the guy who made Metal Gear and stuff like that, say that he loved Paddington 2, and I think he cried watching it.
Really?
Bro literally said Paddington 2 made him cry. I was like, shit, man. Paddington's kind of like...
Paddington goes hard.
Paddington goes hard as shit, man. Like, Paddington's kind of sick, man. So we had to start Paddington because I wanted to see Paddington 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, man. It's a great movie.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic. I like the whole story and idea behind it.
Very good.
Incredibly lovable and great characters. Like, honestly, the mother...
Oh, Mary, I think her name was?
Mrs. Brown.
Mrs. Brown.
Put
some respect behind that name, Mrs. Brown.
Dude, she what a beautiful character, man.
Yeah?
Like, absolutely
like
amazing mother.
I like how accepting and open she is. You know?
No, it's not even just that, but just how genuinely kind she is.
No, but that's the thing, the kindness. She's so open. Like, you see, okay. Yeah, she's open. She's very kind. I was just about to get into like a heated discussion as to why bears in a hat in a train station isn't a weird occurrence. I couldn't understand that, and I don't understand. Like I feel like I'm missing some key component to the world in which Paddington lives in.
I think it was just like a really good ongoing joke in the film.
Oh,
because
perhaps? Remember
when she goes to the police station because he ran away? Like, where's Paddington? He's like, oh, he's also a bear. He says, you're gonna have to give you more information than that. You know, I think it was just a joke. That there's nothing actually bizarre about Paddington being a bear.
Huh?
I think that was just the joke of the entire thing. Like, him being a bear was like the least concerning thing of it all.
Huh?
You know, Even for Paddington, no one even treated him differently because he was a bear. They treated him like a bear. It's my homie Paddington. What up, dog?
What up, Paddington?
Yo, what up? And you could just dap up with Paddington. It was like, it's kind of sick.
Dap up a Paddington?
Yeah, dude, he's sick. And like,
Yo,
I think
Dappington?
like they would reference him as a bear, but like they wouldn't treat him as a bear, you know?
Which was very, but that's what I felt like this movie gave me. Like, it made me think. Like, he's a bear. They're obviously self-aware. He's a goddamn bear in a hat.
Yeah.
And no one's saying anything about it. If I saw a bear in a hat just standing in a goddamn train station talking to me, I'd flip my shit, man. I would have to sit and listen to him. What do you need, little bear? What can I do for you?
What kind of words of wisdom can you
What
give
words
me?
of wisdom does the bear in a hat have for me? You know, I feel like that's a sign from some higher power or some shit, dude. It doesn't make sense. But it's just another day in life. Everyone ignored him! That's what pissed me off. They ignored Paddington.
Well, I think they kind of use that in a sense that, you know, like, Paddington is different, right?
How?
Well, take into consideration, a lot of people, you know, when it comes to, like, moving past people and ignoring them, like, think of homeless people. Paddington is essentially homeless.
But he's a bear!
It doesn't matter.
If I saw a homeless bear in the train station, I would be a little concerned,
Dude,
especially if he had a big red
real
hat.
with you, man. There are some homeless people as well who look real wild and crazy, too.
Like an animal? Hey,
Yeah.
yo, man, what the
Yeah, drugs do some crazy stuff to people, man. And, like, people just walk by
It's
like...
not drugs, it's marmalade sandwiches, bro. I'm telling you,
it's like
man.
they kind of just walk by and ignore it. Because a lot of people do that.
Oh, God, yeah.
They don't want to be trouble with people. That's what they think of. It's like, oh, this is troublesome. I don't want to be...
I don't want
this
their
or-
problem to become mine.
Exactly. And that's why a lot of people, like homeless people, they kind of just move past them, ignore them. They kind of did the same thing with Paddington. Like, there's a bear in a hat over there. I don't know what the hell he's saying. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Bro, I don't want that to be my problem now.
You know what? I could kind of see where you're coming from.
And there's
because-
very few people like Mrs. Brown who will actually stop, recognize you exist, and be like, how can I help you? What can I do for you? Very rare occurrence.
Or just to sit there and say what's wrong. You know?
There's not just to hear you out and listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of people out there in the world who are willing to do that.
Mm.
And that's what was really great about her. And I think that was just like the core to her character was just that kindness.
I also liked how Mr. Brown there was a lot more to him than there seemed.
Yeah.
You know, he seemed very kind of like he had a stick up his ass. You know, I'm not going to be kind about it. He kind of had a stick up his ass. He didn't want Paddington around, stuff like that. But it was interesting when you learned that it was only when he became a father he became overprotective of his kids.
He kind of changed the way he viewed the world after he becomes. And I think it's very common for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Once you become a father, can't relate.
Not even that, but also
But- the
same could be said for when you become a mother. The outlook on the world changes. You know, it's not the same as it was
Essentially,
previously.
As you become a parent, your worldview is just different. You know, you kind of think of things differently. Like, oh, this could be dangerous. This could be harmful. This could be bad. You know, and you kind of overthink it to a point where you kind of become like Mr. Brown. You know, where you're trying to your absolute best to control every scenario, especially because of his job is all based on statistics. This guy knows exactly what kind of activity is probably going to get you killed.
Yeah.
So that adds a whole other layer to that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, we're not doing this. No, we're not crossing that road. More people die on that road than that road. We're crossing that road.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of that perspective where you hyper obsessed about it because he just wanted to protect his kids and have the best for them.
Yeah.
You know, and I think even the children in a way were, especially, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with his son, actually.
His son was just gifted, very talented,
Dude-
very smart.
Dude just really enjoyed building cool shit.
And he was good at it too.
Yeah.
I think there was an instance that he had where he injured himself, and that's why they, he wasn't allowed to be a little rambunctious. You know, like when Paddington was sliding down the banister, he wanted to try.
No, I think that just falls into the statistics thing. I think he literally was
Oh,
just like, no, you
potentially.
can't do that. Like, you're gonna
okay.
get hurt. Again, anything that potentially looks like it's gonna hurt, it's like, nope,
Yeah.
don't do that.
And the daughter was just
The daughter
very
was
self-conscious.
The daughter was interesting, and I liked it about her because what I liked about her, man, I just realized I screwed that sentence to hell.
Yeah, you did.
Is that, you know, in the beginning, she's very closed off from her family, period. She always has these headphones on. She's not really paying attention. She's not present at all. And she's very worried about school. Like, oh, I don't want to be lame. You know, I don't want people to view me as this person who's not cool or whatever. And right away, she's like, with Paddington, it's like, oh, this bear's lame as shit. Bears are so not cool anymore.
Bears in a hat, lame.
Bears are not in right now, okay? Bears are not hot.
No.
And it wasn't until Paddington actually does something really amazing. And everyone's like, wow, look at Paddington, it's so great. And she realized, oh, wait, Paddington's actually really cool.
Yeah.
You know, and she kind of like realized she judged him so harshly without even for a second
Giving him the time of
giving
day.
a chance.
Yeah.
To even get to know him or to understand Paddington, but then he sees Paddington out flying around balloons and stuff, doing some crazy wild shit. He literally becomes a police officer for a couple seconds, little police bear, and then the guy she's into is like, "Yo, that bear's sick as shit, bro." She's like, "Yeah, that's my bear over there.
That's my bear."
Yeah, that's my bear."
Yeah.
And it kind of like continues through that, where she tries to kind of like do more with Paddington to understand him.
Well, not just that, but do more with Paddington and do more with her family, and not she wasn't as closed off anymore.
Yeah, she kind of like opened up more to everything.
Yeah,
and I really liked the whole concept of her learning to speak bear, and then that later on becoming very important when they have to like save Paddington.
Yeah,
she speaks bear to kind of get his like to show where he has to go in the.
Yeah. Oh,
it's so good. I love that.
I love Paddington just because he's such a sweet and adorable little creature, right? Remember when the guy steals the wallet? And Paddington thinks he lost the wallet.
Yeah.
And he starts like trying to give it back, and the guy flips out scared. I mean, there's a bear chasing you with a wallet in his hand, right? That's kind of scary, okay? The bear's chasing you.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
I just genuinely love, like, he's chasing him. He gets a little police uniform on. He's chasing him, stuff like that. And I love like how the cops see him. They're like, "Officer in distress." They literally thought Paddington was an officer, a fellow officer.
That was so
That
good.
shit was hilarious, man. I genuinely looked. I only remember that because you were talking about Paddington flying on the balloons.
I love that shit so much. It was so funny.
I liked it a lot, too.
Was it balloons or was it something else he was flying on?
He's flying on something.
He's flying
balloons, birds. I don't know, man. He was flying.
Birds.
I don't know, dude. Paddington was above air, the ground. He was flying.
Yeah, but I really liked him a lot as a character, man. Because again, you know, people look at a bear like, man, bears are scary as shit, dude. These things will maul you to death. And then you see Paddington, he's like the sweetest little guy in the world.
Not even that, but what's interesting about Paddington is that I could feel like a lot of people can relate to Paddington. You know, especially if you're somebody who's moved or somebody who's in a new location, in a new place. You know, you're like this odd one out. You know, and you're trying to figure out.
How do I fit in?
How do I fit in? Where do I belong? You know, and I feel like there's a lot of maybe even kids who don't have maybe don't have families or maybe orphans. You know, kids that are orphans. Maybe they could relate to Paddington heavily. You know, trying to figure out where they belong in the world or
where's my home?
Right, where's my family?
And I think that's the thing that's kind of nice is that home isn't really like, or even family in a sense, isn't just dictated on blood. Like you don't have to be related. Like if someone takes care of you and they're genuinely kind to you, and they do a lot for you, then that's family right there, Yeah. And a home is wherever you feel the safest and most comfort. Yeah. I think that is truly where home is. Home is that place that you go back to and you're happy to go
I feel like home is wherever. Home isn't even a place. Home is more so of the people who are in. It's more so of the people
in that space that kind of bring that kind of positive emotion out of you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to
positive, comforting, and feeling about.
Yeah, I can't wait to see them today. Or I can't wait to see how they're doing or what they It's kind of like those simple things, man. It's not that complex.
Yeah.
And I like the whole story about how, the main villain, it's like her dad found Paddington, their species of bear.
Montgomery Clyde.
And once he realized, wow, they're actually really smart. They're capable of so much. It's like I can't exploit them. I can't show them off because basically they're just gonna go capture them in a museum,
stuff on taxidermy, boom, slap them in the museum.
Boom, or look at this cool creature.
And the thing is these things are they're capable of conversations. They're living creatures. They're not just animals in a sense.
No, they're civilized bears.
Civilized bears.
They have their own system of making marmalade, and I like how they explain he came there, he gave them marmalade sandwiches, and they're like, yo, this shit is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
A marmalade sandwich is all the nutrients that growing bear
I also
needs.
liked how in the very beginning his uncle tells him always keep a spare marmalade sandwich in your hat. You'll never, just in case.
Yeah. Right. I like that he did the whole film.
I genuinely love that he kept the sandwich there, and at the final moment, it actually came in handy. And it's interesting how even that alone with the marmalade sandwich, it was foreshadowed multiple times on what would take out the antagonist. Not just the sandwich, but the birds that were attracted to it.
Yep.
Which was very interesting.
This is the beginning at the train station.
Yeah, that was really cool. I liked that a lot.
Yep. I don't know. I think it's just all in all a very good film. I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, Paddington's a very wholesome film.
Oh my God! I forgot to talk about one character.
Who?
Oh my God! What was his name? Give me a second. Oh my God! It was their neighbor. What was his name?
Oh my God! I don't know his name.
I love the one scene where he's literally on the phone trying to like give them discreet information, like, "Oh, Paddington, he's here," and they know right away it's him, and he keeps like, "It's not me. It's not, I'm an anonymous caller."
It's like I like how he's just like, "Who's on the phone?" "Oh, it's the neighbor with a silly voice. It's not me." That was really funny. Not even that. What was interesting is that the antagonist for this film, she felt like a cartoon villain brought to life.
Yeah.
Which is very weird.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
felt it was just sad, like, her purpose, that because her dad did the right thing, in a sense, like, not exploiting these bears and not having them be, like, captured or whatever, that he lost everything. And because of him losing everything, she became so heavily resentful of him and the life that they had to lead afterwards when he had, like, the petting zoo.
Yeah.
And, like, she was just so pissed off. Like, we lost everything because you did this right thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I felt like that was, like, actually pretty good.
Yeah. It was somewhat
because like you saw these bears speak so positively about him, like, "Oh, he was such a great man," and everything, and you see his daughter's like, "Yo, piece of shit loser, I hate him."
Yeah.
Then her punishment is literally working at petting zoo.
That was very good. That was like justice served properly.
Damn.
The proper punishment given.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything much to say about Paddington. Other than there's one thing I wanted to bring up is that we mentioned it even in the ending of the film when we watched it, is when you see the tree kind of change as the family's with Paddington
the cherry blossom tree in the
when
back?
Paddington arrives, when Paddington's gone and lost, and Paddington comes back at the end, you see the tree kind of like it starts to blossom, it dies, and then it reblooms again, kind of thing.
Like,
it was really
it blooms
nice.
Even more. Like,
yeah, it flourishes. It was really
actually
cool.
a beautiful little thing.
Yeah, it was a nice touch. But other than that, I don't have a lot more to say about Paddington. Other than it was a really good movie, and I'm looking forward to the sequel.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: we're probably gonna watch it.
I
want to watch it.
We're most likely gonna watch it sometime soon because I really want to get.
I need my Paddington fix.
We need the marmalade sandwiches, boys. We need the marmalade sandwiches fast.
We're gonna try and get some marmalade sandwiches when we do the movie too.
Oh yeah, we said we would do that.
That would be really fun, huh?
Yeah, we could eat some marmalade sandwiches and watch Paddington.
I'm down for some marmalade sandwiches.
Cool. That's it for the 3 movies, guys. I think we're just gonna leave it at that for them.
We're gonna pop into the questions.
We're gonna pop right into the questions, man. Bring them up.
I think we got a couple today, not too much.
We got a few questions today, not a lot, but we're still gonna answer them. We're still gonna answer them.
All right, so you can do this one.
This question comes from Alize Alerned 2974. I butchered that. I have no idea how to pronounce your username.
Or maybe it's Eliza learned.
Oh, Eliza learned. Why didn't you say it then if you were so smart?
I didn't know you were an idiot.
You're an asshole.
Thank you.
What's the best dessert? No, Curtis, you can't see protein shake.
Best dessert?
Hot take, protein shakes aren't that good. I only drink it because I need to drink it. Or not need, but
you can make them taste good.
You can make them taste good, but when I'm done a workout, I just want to slam that thing back and call it a day.
Yeah.
So I never drink it for taste. I drink it because not that I need to, but that I want to.
It's the protein intake.
That's it. That's about it.
So you can build some good muscles.
Yeah. Best dessert is apple pie. I think a nice fresh apple pie or an apple crisp. I'm a huge fan of apple-based desserts. That's right up my alley.
To be honest, I don't have much of a sweet tooth. Like, I'm not a big fan of sweets.
Same here, but it's just.
But if I had to choose like something, anything with peanut butter.
Oh God, like peanut butter chocolate or something like that. Peanut butter cookies, it's unfair.
Peanut butter is like my biggest weakness. I love peanut butter. Like if I need something sweet, I would like peanut butter. But generally, I'm not a big like. I can eat sweets. I can enjoy sweets, but they'll never be my first option. I would rather eat a slice of pizza than have like dessert.
Oh, 100% agree. I think dessert's overrated and it's dog shit. I'm more of a, again, I do like apple pie. Apple desserts are pretty cool, but like you said, I would prefer savory things.
Yeah, if I had a choice between like another slice of pizza or pie, yo, give me that pizza.
It would be more so like if I had a choice between pizza or my favorite dessert, I'll still go for pizza.
Yep.
It's that kind of thing. Also, if you grew up as a mutant, who says I haven't? Would you choose to join Magneto or Xavier?
Well,
Neither.
Yeah.
Neither.
I wouldn't join either. I don't believe in joining factions.
There's that. I can't join Magneto. He has a power trip or something, He gets a little crazy.
The whole mutant supremacy thing, I ain't kind of down with that.
Yeah, we've seen that in history and other ways, and it didn't work that well, and it didn't turn out that well.
I'm not a big fan of supremacy.
I'm not a big fan of supremacy of a single
identity.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So I think it's bad. History has said that it doesn't work.
It doesn't lead to anything positive.
Exactly. So Magneto, I don't think so. Xavier,
God, no, school is lame as shit.
Not only is school lame as shit, but he's also bald, and I don't like that fact.
Ooh.
So it's like, so it's kind of hard to be like, would I want to listen to a man I don't respect? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird, and it's not because he's Xavier; it's because he's bald.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And bald equals evil usually, so you never know what he's cooking up in that mind of his. So yeah, there's your answer. Neither. Neither.
All right, we'll move on. We'll go to this one now.
Ooh.
I'll do this one.
Oh, this is a nice
This
name.
comes from Jomo Jojo6603. Question! Again, in case you missed it, we probably missed it then.
Yeah.
If you could erase one movie from your memory so that you could watch it again for the first time, would it be Fellowship of the Ring? Easy. It's done.
The trilogy. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. It would have to be the whole trilogy.
Yeah, again, they're my favorite films of all time. It's the first time I sat in a theater and I was genuinely blown away from cinema. Never has it happened before that time in my life when I sat and saw like Fellowship of the Ring.
Lord of the Rings was the first movie in our entire lives that literally blew us away. Like, that was monumental. And the thing is, it's still the best trilogy ever created.
Yeah,
100%.
You could argue that fact, and I'll still call you wrong.
You can argue that, and you'll still be wrong, but
yeah, but I love Lord of the Rings. But
Lord of the Rings
my mom still wonders why you guys are shunning Black Rain. It's hard to shun something you don't even know. So
yeah, that's kind of an interesting take there, buddy.
Yeah, so I apologize to your mother specifically
for unintentionally shunning Black Rain,
because I didn't even know it existed.
What the hell is that a movie?
Well,
obviously it would be. Like, what? He's not going to be recommending us a song. So, yeah, it's probably a goddamn movie.
Probably
right?
is, but
it's probably a damn movie.
Well, I don't know what it is.
We'll look into it and see what the hell it is, and maybe we won't shun it. Maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we'll
despite your mother.
Maybe we'll legitimately start shunning it after finding out what it is.
Yeah, just out of spite of your mother.
Ooh.
We'll think about it.
Next question from Sebastian-NP7UC. Question: since both of you have played a lot of video games over the years, how often have you noticed small references, details from movies you've watched on the channel that you recognize from gaming?
A lot.
Anything Indiana Jones?
Specifically after watching Indiana Jones, there are so many video games where certain references just started clicking. Where I was like, oh, that's what this is from.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There's a lot of elements for like World of Warcraft, even like games I played for a long time, like League of Legends.
Oh,
like,
God, World of Warcraft has so many references in film. Holy shit, dude.
Of course they do. But like League of Legends specifically, because of the champion, Ezreal, he has like a quote that always says that like, you should it should be put in the museum, or you should be put in a museum, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's straight out of an indie. And I was like, oh my god! As soon as I heard him say that line, I was like, shit! Like, and it just came to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are a lot of references in video games where I'm starting to pick up a lot of like the movie references.
The most recent one was just Indiana Jones. It was just like,
it is the most obvious references from that one.
yeah, that's for certain.
Yeah, even like goddamn Paddington referenced it.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
I feel like that scene of him grabbing the hat before the door shuts has been
it's
referenced so many damn times. It's unbelievable.
There are so many sequences from Indiana Jones that have just been heavily referenced.
Yeah,
and I can't blame it. It is definitely one of the absolute greatest, like
one of the greatest adventure films ever created.
Yep,
that is for certain.
Those first three, but I haven't seen those last two. I don't think we will anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know if we will, guys.
But,
we've heard nothing but bad about them, so we'll see what happens.
But yes, there are references that are now clicking, and it's actually kind of fun to have that happen.
Yeah.
So, actually, cool question.
Very good question. Thank you, Sebastian. Moving on to the next question. Is this the one you want to do now?
Yeah, you want to do this one?
I thought you had another one before this one you wanted to do.
This one?
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
This one?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you were thinking of the wrong one.
I was thinking. I'm an idiot. Go on.
Oh, he's got the dinosaur emoji.
He's got the dinosaur emojis. One guy with a dinosaur emoji has appeared.
BCage1006. Would you guys ever consider doing Patreon exclusive reactions like movies you wouldn't think would do good on YouTube, but people want to see you react to?
That's actually a super good question.
That's a super good question, honestly. But
very good question, and
possibly
not right now.
No, we got right now as we're doing this, we are pre-recording a ton of movies
for April
because our editor's taking the full month off. So we kind of made an agreement where he would do the content earlier if we record them earlier. So all of our extra time is in recording films for that time off.
Yeah, so we have no time to do. We actually had a lot of ideas and plans we wanted to bring to the Patreon that we wanted to implement very quick, actually. And now
we got to put it on the back burner.
We're putting it on the back burner. We're gonna finish this off. Again, big shout outs to Eduardo, our editor.
Yeah,
He's
editor.
The best in the game. If there's anybody else you think is better, you're an absolute idiot and you're dog shit.
And you're lying.
Eduardo is the king. All right.
Yeah, we truly appreciate him, and the fact that he's even in a way trying to
he accommodates us.
He's accommodating us before he leaves, which is very kind of him.
Yeah.
Really awesome guy. Honestly, truly appreciate him and all he does for us. He's a big reason for our
success.
Yeah, we give him a lot of credit.
Yep.
But because of that, we're kind of like, we're not gonna do it, but we're gonna hold back. Maybe we'll bring back the cool stuff in April. We can find the time to do it there.
Well, definitely, Patreon's gonna be having some new things. We're gonna be cooking up some new things for
exclusive
April.
reactions will be coming.
At some point, it will be there. For the next question, there also for trilogies. I hope you do a week where you do Die Hard 2, 3, and 4. Since you did the first, they're all good movies.
We'll think about it.
We'll think about it. But we do have a lot of trilogies. We
have a trilogy coming soon.
We have a trilogy coming up, which will actually be, I think it's in
April.
In the month of April. We have a trilogy coming up, so look forward to that. We might even have another trilogy in that month also.
It's actually wild how far ahead we're recording now. That I'm just like, my brain's just going.
Our brain's a little fried sometimes.
Dude, it's gonna be rough to do the podcast for those films.
If we do trilogies, it won't be that hard.
No, that's the thing, right? You can kind of like follow along.
Exactly. I think it'll be much easier. We might play it safe to that extent to make sure that the podcast is feel
more authentic.
More authentic.
And less that we're trying our best to remember shit.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
So we'll think about it. Thank you for
we'll
the
think
recommendation.
about that. Thank you, BKH. He's got more. Lastly, the Iron Claw is available to stream right now. Hope you guys react to it. It's a powerful film. We actually have wanted to see Iron Claw very bad. We wanted to see it in theaters, just never got the chance to do it. So
yeah, that's true. It never happened.
We would love to do a reaction for it, but then again, we don't know if
it's got a great cast as well, man. That's a
phenomenal cast. I'm actually a huge fan of Zac Efron. Same birthday as us too, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, he's the same birthday. Yeah,
well,
really
shit.
cool, really cool. And I think he's a great actor.
Also, I think his name is Jeremy Allen White from.
Oh God, he's good.
He plays like the lead in the Bear.
The Bear.
And he is such a goddamn good actor. He's one of my favorites right now, and I'm really excited to see him do movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be his first, not his first film. He's probably done something before, but this is like, I really want to see that for him too. And I think even the father, he played a role in a show I liked on Netflix called Mindhunters.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch.
Dude, Mindhunters is a fantastic damn show.
I haven't seen it.
If you haven't watched Mindhunters, it's good. Season 2, Season 1, banging.
Hunt your minds.
Hunt your minds.
Hunt your minds. But
we'll consider it.
We'll consider it. We will be. I want to do it badly for the channel, but then again, it's just like, would our fans, subscribers be interested in that? We don't know. So we'll figure it out. And this is my emoji pick for the next week in honor of the Twitch streams. True, BK used to be an avid watcher of the streams.
Rip the streams.
Rip the streams. They're gone.
We have to take a break away from them now because like we want to do different content for Patreon and stuff.
Yeah.
So we want to focus more on Patreon, so we had to sacrifice Twitch stuff.
Yeah.
But now we realize was good we sacrificed Twitch stuff so we could prepare for April.
Yeah.
So it all kind of like
some way
full circle.
Things happened for a reason and it worked out very well for us.
Yeah.
And a certain highly educated doctor, if you know, you know.
Shrimp emoji.
Shrimp emoji. We said for people to choose the emoji of the week.
Yeah.
In the last podcast.
Yeah.
BKH has chosen the shrimp emoji, and we're going to go with BKH's shrimp emoji.
I'm going to be honest, I like the shrimp emoji.
Shrimp emoji's kind of dope. It's in honor of...
It's in right now.
It's in honor of Dr. Shrimp. If you know, you know. And if you don't, well...
Be glad you don't.
Be glad you don't.
No, we love Dr. Shrimp.
We love Dr. Shrimp. We love Dr. Shrimp. We love you. But yeah, so it's shrimp emoji. And I think this is the final question. We're going to leave it here, guys.
Yeah, this is a good place to end it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good podcast. I like the variety that we had
in terms of
films.
We talked about Dirty Dancing so much more than I thought we would. But
it's because it was
a good movie.
The thing is, it was a kind of like a dark horse.
Yeah.
You know, it appeared and you're like, whoa, that was a little too good, you know? Like, wow. And I think it's because we had low expectations for it, which...
kind of helped.
Yeah, and it was exceeded and some, you know, so it was very interesting. But yeah, I think that's it for the podcast, guys. We enjoyed the variety this week. You know,
I think next week we have variety too.
We're trying to put a little variety. You know, we want to have more varieties and not have the same shit being pumped out or similar things pumped out.
Yeah.
You know,
it's more fun for us too because when we watch too much of the same kind of movies,
it gets a little stale. You know, like. I know a lot of people, it's weird to see us watch like a romance film because I know Dirty Dancing is considered a romance film. Though I feel like it's more than just that.
I think like it's more than romance. Really.
I believe so, but people would just consider it just that at face value.
Yeah.
And I don't mind watching more of that because I don't watch a lot of that.
Yeah, it's fun to kind of get out of your comfort zone and watch genres you haven't really experienced much because, you know, you might just enjoy it a lot more than you thought. And Dirty Dancing 100%.
It kind of, you know, the thing is, it kind of motivated me to kind of like to continue to step out of the comfort zone of the type of films we watch.
Yeah.
Just so we could have another, could have a similar experience with a different film of the same genre, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, so we're going to peace on out, guys. The podcast was great. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. Remember, shrimp emoji is a special emoji. If you put a shrimp emoji in your questions, there will be a better chance of us selecting it. And, for the love of God, guys, just ask us some damn questions, all right?
We need some bangers!
We need some banger questions back.
It could be anything,
and the thing is, it could be anything. It could be... There's no such thing as a stupid question. It literally isn't. Give us the dumbest question you want, all right? I don't give a shit. Just give us something to work with, all right? Thank you, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.
Love
Peace
you.
on out.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.